Is this the best horror film of the year? No, this movie does have its issues. But for what it was for a simple horror film that you can just watch if you're bored, this movie will definitely do that for you. What is up, guys and horror fans? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is On The Brink, and today I'm going to review the latest horror thriller film, and that film is Never Let Go. This movie is directed by Alexandre Aja, who directed movies like The Hills Have Eyes and the pretty underrated horror film Crawl. And this movie stars Halle. A family that has been haunted by an evil spirit for years, their safety and surroundings come into question, which one of the children questions if the evil is real. Now, Alexandre Aja, I think he's a very interesting horror director. The Hills Have Eyes is a fun time for me. And to me, he directed one of the most, in my opinion, underrated horror films of the last decade, which is Crawl. I enjoyed Crawl. I actually rewatched that movie this year, just randomly. Not aware that Alexandre Aja is making a new film. I thought Crawl is still a very underrated and very fun horror film. So I was excited for Never Let Go. I thought the concept is a very simple but also very unique horror concept. I do love Halle Berry as an actress, even though she has been in a lot of terrible movies. She still has that likable presence. But just with this concept alone, I was interested in this movie. So of course, I went into this movie expecting a very fun time. And I gotta say, I enjoyed Never Let Go. I think this movie is a very solid horror film that came out this year. Is this the best horror film of the year? No, this movie does have its issues. But for what it was for a simple horror film that you can just watch if you're bored, this movie will definitely do that for you. And I gotta say, Halle Berry is really good in this film as this very overprotective mother. She's one of those characters that you don't know if you should believe this character or not. And I think Halle Berry just plays that role very, very well as his overprotective mother. She loves her boys so much, but of course they are surrounded by evil. They can't let go of their house. If they let go of the house, the evil spirits will basically haunt them. I just thought that's a very unique concept. It's kind of similar to like movies like A Quiet Place. It definitely has those vibes into it, where you feel very intense on something bad is happening and all that stuff. But I gotta say, Halle Berry does a really excellent job as the lead. And I gotta say, surprisingly, the two boys in the film are fantastic in this film. They have an excellent chemistry with one another. And I would say the kid who plays Nolan in this film is fantastic, because you're definitely in his shoes in the film, believing, is this all real or is this all bullshit? But both of the boys are fantastic in this film. They're technically more of leads in the film than Halle Berry is, which is really refreshing. So it's refreshing that these boys are actually really good in this film, and I thought the chemistry between the boys and Halle Berry is also really well done in this film. But I just love the atmosphere of this film, the concept alone. It's easy for me to just feel intense of what's going to happen. Now, is this movie a horror film per se? I wouldn't say so. This is more of a psychological thriller with some horror scenes. There's literally a jump scare in the beginning of the film that actually got me. I'm not joking, it actually got me. I was literally like flipping my popcorn. It was actually really effective. But most of the film is a psychological thriller film, believing what is real and what is not real. And I thought that aspect really adds a lot of tension to the film and makes it very, very easy for me to root for the characters and basically believing what's going to happen. I was curious what's going to happen throughout the entire film. This film is intense. There are some really thrilling and intense scenes. There are some very unexpected scenes as well in Never Let Go. And I thought Alexandre Aja directed the cinematography also very, very well. The shots in the film, when you see shots of the forest, you can't help just like squinching your eyes going, is someone there? Is literally someone there? Like, the cinematography of Never Let Go is really fantastic. But this movie definitely gave me easy attention, believing if what is real and what is not real, and I thought Never Let Go does those aspects really, really well. Do we believe when you let go of the house, evil comes about, or Halle Berry is just crazy? And I just love that tension that brings upon to the film. But I would say one of my biggest issues with Never Let Go is absolutely the third act of this movie. It is one of those third acts that we've seen in a lot of horror films these days, where it just questions and you just have to figure out yourself what you think is happening. And I really don't like that all that much. Some movies do work, some movies don't, and this is one of those movies that don't work. I like a horror movie that just have a conclusion, that felt like it has a conclusion, not just giving you more questions. And I think the third act of Never Let Go, especially the ending, I was just like, okay, this is giving me questions, and I wish they could have just at least conclude the film, because this is a very simplicity film. This felt like a one and only film that's not going to build up to any other franchises. This feels like a one and only type film. So I feel like this film could have concluded a little bit better. Unless this movie is setting up for something, setting up for another sequel, which I don't know how I feel about that, because I think Never Let Go could have been just a one and only film. Like, it could have just been a standalone film on its own. But guys, overall, I enjoyed myself on Never Let Go. Is it the best horror film of the year? No. But this is definitely one of those films, if you're bored and you just want to see a simple, fun, psychological thriller / horror film, I would say Never Let Go is that for you. I think Halle Berry is fantastic in the film. The two boys really stood out for me. This film is intense. It had some really good tension throughout it. And the overall concept, I was interested throughout the entire film. The cinematography is also great. Alexandre Aja definitely directed this movie very, very well. It's definitely a very simple psychological thriller film that I feel like you will enjoy it for what it is. So overall, I had a fun time with Never Let Go, so I would say for Never Let Go, definitely go see this film at a matinee price. So guys, that is my review for Never Let Go. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like the movie, hate the movie, or you thought it's okay? And what is your favourite Alexandre Aja film? Let me know that also in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notified for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.